Okay, I'm back again. So now, as the action says here, I want to go ahead and change this to now black. And black is going to add some shadowing and it's going to create a little bit of depth here. So I'm going to take this back up to about 30%. And let's start darkening in the underside areas. Kind of anywhere that's already just a little dark. You just want to add just a little bit more dark to it so that way we get some distance in there. Get their little shadow areas. Get those little areas there. Okay, so, alright, so now, let's see here. So far, so good. So far, so good. Alright, so now, let's see here. Color pop brush. Let's go for this one next, but before we do that, let's go ahead and flatten the image and go ahead and do some color pop. Alright, with the black layer mask selected, use a soft white brush to add pop of color to specific aspects of your image. Alright, so we need to make sure white is selected to reveal what is hidden behind the black. And now we're going to add some pop of color. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. Alright, go back to my brush button by either pushing this or I can push my B button. Z for zoom, B for brush. And then I can choose my left bracket so I can change, or my right bracket to change my brush sizes. So my left bracket I'm going to change the side down. So now I'm going to go through here. Oop, I want to make sure I want to take my opacity up a little bit because I like the pop of color. So go through here. Let's get us blue jeans. Let's get a shirt. Get her boots. Get his shoes. Get her shirt. Alright, so now I'm going to zoom back out. I can either hit fit screen, there we go. And go back to my brush. Now I'm going to add a little bit on these highlights, a little bit of color. Back here in the grass. And I am, why you probably do not hear any clicking is because I am using a Wacom tablet, so I'm using a pen tool. My pen tool is set to non-pressure sensitive right up here because I want my opacity to actually stay consistent and not how hard I push my brush. Alright, so let's see what adding color. Let's go ahead and change this opacity back up to 80% on this. And didn't really do too much to the wood there, but it did enough that I'm going to probably want to mess with just a little bit more of it. But I want to still to go ahead and go through it here. Because you never know what you're going to miss. Okay, so now go ahead and flatten this image one more time and flatten image. Alright, so now let's see here. I don't want a movable spotlight. Don't need that. What does this do? Let's go ahead and just play it. Made it too dark. So, don't like it. Click and drag and disregard it. Nope, no thank you. Alright, so I'm going to add, let's see here to the carving tree. Let's see what we got in the carving tree. Do we have anything in here that I can add? Really not seeing too much. See, this is why I always say read is what you have that they say is available in these lists. They tell you what is in there, and they will really help out. So basically say, do I need anything in there? So like, do I need the work or the retouch or the workflow, or do I need the 3 nails retouch or workflow? A lot of times you'll find that you really don't need these extra retouches, and you can just save money by getting just the workflows, because the workflows is where you get this from. Retouches or is for the faces, for the skin, eyes, excuse me, versus where the actual workflow is what makes the image enhance. So let's go ahead and see what Garden State Foundation does. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And we're going to sit here and wait a minute or two. Alright, so we got, there's the before, or there's the after, and there's the before. So this is set at 100% opacity. It is too bright, too bright. So let's mute this down. Mute this down to about, what does 30% look like? Much better. Alright, so next let's go ahead and let's see here. What do we have? What do we have? I don't really need a movable sunlight. I'm going to use the painterly effects last. Color boost. We see another color boost. Another depth and drama. That was the depth brush that we've already done. So before we go and select, I'm going to go ahead and hit pause here, and I'm going to be right back. Oh, okay. Alright. So I want to try to get some of these browns a little bit richer. Let's see what we got here. Here's a one that I see get played a lot, is this anti-swoon. So let's go ahead and, but before we do that, let's go ahead and flatten the image, because I kind of like where we have it right now, because this will get muted down just a little bit when we finish this all up. So let's see what anti-swoon does. Not too bad. I don't think I'm ready for that yet, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Let's see here. Dark Paradise. What does this do? Kind of turns yellows into a little bit of a red. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to maybe change the opacity down, just bring it down to about 50% here. And see what it is. Yeah, I like what it does to the trees back here in the back. Alright, so we're good there. Let's see here. That which is wicked. I know this is a really dark one, so let's see what this dark does. See, a little too dark. Definitely too dark. So we're going to get rid of that. Cosmic Love. What does that do? Ooh, too purple. Too purple. See, this is the great thing about Photoshop. You can click an action, see what it does. If you don't like it, then you just delete it. See, don't really like that one either. So, alright, so let's go over here to the woodstock section and see what we got. One of everybody's favorite is the Joplin. I kind of like Dylan a little bit, so let's go ahead and see what that does to it. See, it's muted. The background, I really don't want the background muted that much. I lose detail, a little bit too much detail. Not ready for that. Alright, so let's see here. What else we got here? We got mats, we got vignettes, we got tone enhancers. So we got highlights and shadows. We got the sky. Alright, so we got a darkening brush. Let's see what a darkening brush does. Alright, with the black layer selected, use a soft white brush to add shadows to selected areas of your subject. So it's another type of shadow brush. So again, it's also something else that's kind of repeated out somewhere else. So, but let's see what it does here. Alrighty, so let's see here. It's got a little bit of a halo going on right here by his leg. I don't like halos because it makes it look like you've done a little too much editing. Alright, and I'm going to flatten the image again. Let's see here. Another pop of color brush, artistic brush. We got some workflows, contrast pop, darken image, lighten image, warm the image, cool. What to try. Alright, I think let's see what Joplin does to this. Change the opacity down to about 30%. Okay, I kind of like that. Kind of like that. It's still a little blue for me right there, but I think that's because I did something. I think I added too much color pop there. So let's see here. Clean. Got haze brushes, pastels, warm, cool, brightening. Let's see here. Let's see what Clapton does. Nope. Don't like. Alright, so let's go back to 3 nails and see if we can finish up 3 nails here. Let's see here. Ain't No Sunshine we've already used. We've already used these foundations. We got the Brooklyn. Denim on denim. Let's see what that does. Ooh. Yuck. 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 Delete. Delete. Let's see here. We got Storyteller. So it is like going through some here and just clicking and going, ooh, no, and delete. Alright, so we got Between Thieves. What does that do? Maybe if I take the opacity down a little bit. Let's see here, about 40%. And I go through here and I take my opacity to about 50%, and I need to change this to black because I want it to see what's underneath it, which is the Joplin. And I take it off the face and hairs of my subject, so that way they're coming in a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flatten this image. Let's see here. See if I can find and add a little bit of small add light. Let's go back up to the Innocence workflow and see if I can find. Yeah, see what a fill flash does a little bit. I want their face just a hair bit brighter. Alright, black layer mask selected. Use a soft white brush to add a fill flash in so it brightens up the image, it covers the image, and now I can take the opacity down to about 20%. And excuse me. And then I can go through here and lighten up their face a little bit. Lighten up their pants a little bit. Lighten up the boots a little bit. Okay, so now I want to go over here and right click and flatten image, and I want to go back up here and close that one out and hit 3 nails, and let's see if I can find the painterly section again. Painterly. Alright, so let's start trying them all out. So right here, try them all, and I will hit select. And what it's going to do, it's going to create a folder for each one, and then it's going to hide it, and then I can select to see which one I like. So here is the original. So we have the painterly subtle, a little too dark. We have painterly soft. It's a little painterly rich. Ooh, real definitely. And painterly punchy. But these also are still set at 100% opacity. This one makes the highlights I did really pop off, and I don't like that one. Let's see here. What if we just take the opacity down on this a little